Right, a couple of things. I read in, I've got it next to me, in this book, one of my two favourite reference guides to Doctor Who, the other being Elizabeth Sandifer's magnificent work, that after Dragonfire, a poll was taken, I don't know if it was amongst fans or the general public, that was quite demeaning about McCoy's performance. And I'm sure I read somewhere that people felt it was too silly. Okay. So, I don't know how you can go from what was admittedly a very playful, there were elements of the grit and the fire, but, season 24 was at times silly. I don't mind silly, so I haven't got no problems with that. But from that to this is just absolutely insane. It's just flabbergasting. Yes, the script's there to be read, but what McCoy does with it is just off the charts. And this story is as important to the sort of overall arcing narrative of Doctor Who as, well, certainly Deadly Assassin. Can you say as an unearthly child? That's probably hyperbole. Maybe Power of the Daleks is a decent comparison on the basis that all of a sudden, once we felt we knew who this guy was bumbling about, and it just feels like, once again, there are depths to this character that we haven't got a clue about. And it's just thrilling. And he's almost callous and almost, evil's perhaps too strong a word, certainly manipulative. He's obviously manipulative. But that part when they're walking around the casket and he's talking to the Hand of Omega and he just looks so delighted with this scheme he's put into place. And this whole episode where it's him and Ace running around together just really highlights what a fantastic team they are, how she is so willing to follow him that almost gives him license to be this way. It's just absolutely flabbergasting. I love the bait and switch, which is a phrase for years I think I haven't really understood, right? But I think...
I'm not sure I know what it means.
So I think it's when you offer something and then what you get isn't the thing you thought you were going to get. And I think there's a bait and switch here.
So they'll say to you, darling, would you like a cup of tea? And then give you a coffee.
No, a cup of tea, and then you give me a cloth to say, well, you've got to clean the piano. There we go. The bait and switch here is, of course, when the chair turns around in Ratcliffe's buildings yard, and for a couple of episodes, if you've not even consciously thought of it, you're going, is that Davros there? It's a dude in a Dalek chair. Is that Davros there? And it turns around, it's the little girl who's been haunting everything all the way through. That's so supremely well played. I flipping love that. I think that's worthy of note. Listen, I could talk about this. Chunky Gilmore, that's the other thing. Listen, there's like 3 people watching these once again. Yay for the faithful 3, whoever you are. Tell me, am I wrong about this? Is this the best Doctor Who story of all time? Am I wrong? Because I genuinely think it's better than City of Death now. And I think it's better than Caves of Anzani now. And I really, honestly, I suppose it comes down to your taste in Doctor Who, doesn't it? As all things do. Me and John and Paul had a conversation about this the other day, and we talked about our favourite, most iconic moments. It's nice. And they both said, John in particular said, City of Death is a bit too, did he say silly or knowing or clever or whatever he said. And I totally get that. Because the criticism he had of it were the exact things I like most about it. And that's what your tastes are. And that's fantastic. And, differences are what makes the world interesting. But genuinely, I just think this ticks all the boxes for me. I mean all of the boxes. There's nothing about this at all, with the possible exception, and I'm really splitting hairs. We've had the big reveal that Mike's a bad guy here. He's a grass. You're a dirty, stinking grass. But we already knew that for episode 2. And I just think that's poor editing or, I think a message didn't get through. But honestly, if that is the worst thing you can say about this story thus far, I don't know. I've been having a debate with 2 of my mates from school. Johnny HH and the Barker boy. And they've been teasing me, but they've never watched Classic Who, so shut up. What do they know? But I keep saying this is the one. I genuinely think this is the one. When the reckoning is reckoned, this will be the one.